The EU's decision to begin accession talks with 9 countries is really remarkable to intensify its engagement with this range of states. So from a US standpoint, we strongly support this. We are linking the instruments we have to be in support of the reforms needed for all these states to find a future as part of the single market and the European Union. So this is a place where our transatlantic work helps to build a wider and stronger community. And in this context, and I'm just because I'm talking too much already, I'm not going to go through a bunch of specific country issues, but I want to emphasize a couple points. In the states of the Western Balkans, so I just met with the 6 leaders early this week. And everyone has some fatigue, frankly, of being promised a path to the EU and then never quite really getting on it. And Brussels has recognized this. And not only is, I think, there's a different spirit from member states of the EU about how to engage, but they're creating some innovative mechanisms. So the Western Balkans, for example, now is waiting for final approval of the European Growth Plan for the region. And the key thing about this is, in exchange for certain reforms, the states of each state on its own, with no veto from another, will be able to benefit from participating in parts of the European single market. This is steroids for an economy. It is a thing that can happen soon. So on Monday, with 6 of the 6 states leaders, 5 of them there in the room together, including ones who have other bilateral issues, we committed to working on a set of specific reforms, beginning with easier transport of goods and money, that will, over the course of this year, begin to show practical effect. One of them will cut costs of moving money by about 3 to 5% on each transaction. That's money in the pockets of people. It facilitates cross-border movements of currency. So we'll work to support the EU as it decides whether to launch the program formally, but it's a really innovative project that'll be available to 6 of those 9 countries. And then there'll be additional work with Georgia, with Armenia, with Azerbaijan. Final broad theme I want to talk about has to do with global challenges. So the US and Europe together, and with our other G7 and G10 partners, we need to incorporate our shared values into the new challenges that the world faces. So migration, climate, and I'll just talk briefly about emerging technologies.